The power of resignifying. Resignifying any situation that has happened to you, I think, is one of the strongest tools to change the way you perceive life. I'm not just going to say to change the way you see life, even though of course yes, but also to change the way, but that is also to say to change the way you perceive life, the way you interact with life, the way you feel about life, you feel about yourself, the way you decide where to act, how to act, when to act, from where to act. Assuming we are hurt, assuming we are anxious, assuming we are depressed, it is always because something happened in our past and we still don't understand it. We still don't understand why it happened to us, or how, or why we were not able to do something differently, or we're just resisting still something that happened in a way, or maybe we are using it to our advantage in a different way. An example would be that if you feel yourself to be a victim in any case, most of the times or all of the times, it also benefits you somehow. Either you get some things for free, or you get favors, or you get company, or you get attention, or you get some time off, or you get, like love. So the same way, a lot of the times we hold some meanings about things that have happened to us because in a way this drama or this victimization or this negative way of looking at it gives us something in return. Maybe a conversation to have with our friends, maybe to be part of others who are suffering and create a sense of community or vulnerability or pain, or to feel human. I mean, it always gives you something, and it's important to recognize, because that's the reason why we hold a lot of these things and we don't leave them behind. A lot of these meanings and we don't leave them behind. But on the other hand, know that you have the possibility to go back to any given situation in your life, to observe it, to understand it differently, to purposely create a new meaning for it that aligns and supports the life you want to have. And I'm not even saying the life you want to have in the future. The life you want to have in the present. The peace you want to have in the present. The love you want to feel in the present. The gratefulness, the joy, the peace, the wisdom, the character, the boldness, the empathy, the compassion, the confidence you want to feel in the present. Because if you observe the meaning you have given to your last relationship that didn't work out, or this job that went in a way that was somehow harmful for you, or this person who in a way took advantage of you, and anything you resist or still wish would have been different, all of these things don't allow you to connect with this being I just shared with you that feels all of these emotions in the present, and that therefore feeling those emotions in the present can then create whatever future he wants or she wants. Because there needs to be a sacrifice. I mean, that's the reason why you think you're gonna be happy if you go on vacation to this beautiful place, but once you're there, you're like, I kind of need to fill my agenda, and I'm still carrying these thoughts and carrying this anxiety and carrying this. It's because, yeah, you will take your inner self everywhere. Or that's also why even if most things are aligned, like everything you wanted externally, you still don't feel complete in a way. Or you still feel bored, or you still feel anxious, or lacking motivation, or lacking purpose. But if you start to dissect these little things that get you stuck, these people who treated you wrong, or these people who betray you, or this people who was at your same level and somehow he started doing super good, and you're like envious in a way, or whatever it is that disconnects you from feeling empowered and full with possibilities in an exciting way, or at least, which is not small thing, in peace. So you need to go back to any given situation that creates a repetitive thought in your mind and gets you away from presence, and you go to that and start seeing what was going on there. I mean, who am I in this moment? What meaning am I giving to what meaning am I giving to this? What meaning I'm giving to this, and why does it hurt? You start to to understand and to really observe what part of the story you told yourself about this situation hurts you, or makes you anxious, or makes you sad, or which part of the situation you resist, or you wish would have been different. And you start thinking, which meaning I could give to this so that it would make my life story cooler, more exciting, more adventurous. How can this fit in my life for it to make it a more exciting one? Like, what is this teaching me? How is this helping me become the hero I would like to be? Or how would this fit in my life book? So when you start thinking it that way, you go back to this story and to this thing that happened to you, and you're like, cool, that was my enemy, or cool, that was my teacher actually, or cool, that was the opportunity I had at the moment of me becoming more conscious and becoming more authentic, or more open, creative, bold, whatever it is. And then you're grateful about each one of those, because it has given you more proof, more trust, more confidence, because you've been through those, and because it would be very hard for you to trust that you can get out of a situation if you hadn't been through one before. So you start like very specifically going through each of these things, and you start aligning them all, and the more that you had, the more power and fire they mean, and they nurture to your present for you to move forward. It is not the only way of doing it. Actually, you can always act moving forward from presence, and not necessarily through resignifying. I mean, if you just let go, really, really, really let go of these things, even without resignifying them, and you would fall like into a very deep presence, and you would practice your presence alone, you could also move forward, and that's also doable. But for most people, we like our story, we like our life story, we like our ego, and we're not prepared to let it go. So if we're not gonna let go our ego, if we're still gonna play this game of being in connection with ourselves and perceiving ourselves in a certain way and building ourselves in a certain way, then we might as well resignify all of these things so they have a new meaning and they help our way through that fire and through that new meaning. I'm going to talk more about the other way of doing it, which is more through presence, not through resignification, but that's going to be in another video. But this can be a very, very strong tool, and there's nothing wrong with the other. There's nothing wrong with one or the other. They both can take you to a place of fulfillment, inner and outer. But it's two different paths, or you can combine both of them. So you will learn more about the other way of doing it in another video. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, let me know. Or any other thought, we can navigate close to this one or parallel or whatever.